Joining us now from our Lagos studios is the chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria, Benga Adebayo. Benga, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the program. And of course, this is like the 10th time the government had to postpone it. Of course, it expired on the 31st of March, talking about the linkage of your NIN to your mobile phones. What are some of the reasons that the subscribers have been giving you since yesterday as to the reason why they refuse to actually carry out the government's directive?
Thank you for having me. No one has given any reasons why they have not linked their NIN with their SIM. All we know is that the first instructions came in December 2020. Government directed that we should ensure all our SIM cards on our networks are linked with subscribers' NIN. We've been on the process since then, and between December 2020 and March of this year, our government has granted 8 different extensions of time to ensure that this happens. But quite a number of people didn't take the window of the opportunity. And we received the directive on the last day of March to disconnect subscribers. By 4th of April, the directive took effect, and now we are where we are. Those who haven't had their NIN linked with their SIM card have now been disconnected from making outgoing calls, and it will be so until we have their NIN registered on the SIM platform.
Can you give us just paint a picture of just how many people are, because we've seen figures being banded. Some say 73 million people may have been affected, or 73 million SIM cards may have been affected. Tell us what exactly the numbers are, if you have them, and what sort of pressure would this put on the telcos at this time?
We rely on the statistics from the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, and it's in the region of over 70 million subscriber modules that may be affected. These are unique SIM cards, so it may be less in terms of number of subscribers, maybe less than that. But in terms of SIM cards, it's over 70 million SIM cards. The implication is that these SIM cards that fall in this category will not be able to make any outgoing calls. The pressure on our centers have been enormous in the last 2 days since the directive took effect. It's been quite overwhelming. It's also unfortunate that in our culture as a people, we always wait for last minute before we have things done. Government has given this ultimatum several times, but some people just would not do it. So now we are here. It has become now mandatory. For anyone whose line is now bad, they have to provide their NIN before those lines will be on bad. And I think the step that has been taken so far is advisory. If we have to go to the next levels of disconnections, I think it will be a bit more stressful on people. So the advice is that people should try and obtain their NIN and have it integrated with their SIM register. We are doing all that we can as an industry to support NIMC and to support also the subscribers. As you may know, before 2020, Nigerian Identity Management Commission has been on this for 4 years before then. When the directive came to effect in 2020, the operators offered to begin to enroll our citizens to allow for more access points for those who may want to obtain their NIN. So the bottleneck that we had before 2020 was more or less unlocked at that time. So between then and now, we've had enrollment centers across the country, much more than we have had in the years before 2020. But despite that, we still have so many people who haven't had their NIN integrated with their SIM. That's why you see the pressure that you see now at the various experience centers.
Great. And the major reason the government has given over the while for this decision is that of security. And Nigerians will be wondering, with the extent of insecurity that we have on our hands, how much of a role have you really played? How much of this will help to curb the insecurity we have? Are you providing the needed information? Are you playing your role? Or you're just depriving Nigerians of making those important calls?
Well, because the question you asked about on security, it's not something that one can comment about on national television. But the fact is that all information that may be required or that is being required by security agencies to do their work, we are providing for them. All support that they require as far as the network operators are concerned, we are providing all the support. It's just unfortunate that we seem to talk more about the negatives than the positives. There has been a number of failed attempts that the security operatives have succeeded in doing. There are many things that will have happened that they have been able to prevent from happening. Unfortunately, when we have one incident, we have more talks about it than the success that they've achieved. And I think at some point, we also as people must pause to give credit to those who put their lives on the arm's way to keep us safe. We're doing all that we can to support security agencies. We will continue to do so. Things could have been worse if they don't have the kind of support they receive from our industry. But as a people, we all must pull together. It's one country, it's one nation. It's in our best interest that this is done at this time. Government has asked that this should be done. Citizens should try and comply, abide with government regulation, and let's leave the rest to government to do.
Well, we're hoping that for those who are able to get their names, that they would be reconnected on the service. But we have to say thank you so much for joining us tonight on the program. That's Gbenga Adebayo. He is the chairman of Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria.